Hi everybody, this is Alt Samurai and today I'm going to be reacting to One Piece chapter 1125. So yeah, it's Saturday, so I'm going to react to the unofficial translation. But don't forget that I always check out the official translation when it comes out. But yeah, first let's talk a little bit about 1124. So in the chapter cover we had Yamato rescuing a lady from a guy wanting to kidnap her. So I wonder if we're going to find out more about that. Then we start the chapter with Bibi being a badass and saying it how it is to Morgans. Basically calling him a liar just to sell more papers. Which is, I mean, he really does go with the version of with the version of history that he likes the most, really. But yeah, I think they have a really interesting exchange when he says, "So do you really want to take that attitude with me, princess? Sure, I won't send you back in the days ahead." So that's like, oof. Is that a threat? What does he mean by that? But Vivi, like, just completely calm, just responds with, "I'm sure. If the world's going to be destroyed, I don't expect you to live through it anyway." Like, bro, that's such a cool comeback. And I feel like I already said this and when I first read this, but like, I'm just like, please, Oda, just, can we get Vivi's reunion with the Straw Hats just as soon as possible? But anyway, then we go back to Egghead, or what remains of it anyway, right outside of it, and we see that that Sentomaru managed to actually, well, it seems like he's in the middle of getting away because all the Marines there, except for Kizaru, are just completely knocked out by Emmett's haki. So, and we do see like Kizaru's silhouette right after we see Sentomaru. So I'm taking this as Kizaru does notice that Sentomaru is escaping and he lets him get away this time. I mean, there's no one watching him. So I feel like this is definitely Kizaru's biggest disobedience to the world government so far, to me. Is letting Sentomaru just leave, even though they were definitely going to arrest him. So I'm glad for that. But yeah, it's sad seeing Sentomaru shedding those tears because, of course, I would guess that Vegapunk was like a grandpa to him or something like that. I mean, he's known him since he was a little kid. And basically has been... He was trained to become his bodyguard and then became his bodyguard. And then once, you know, the chips were down, he was not able to be the one to protect him. And the one that he entrusted it to wasn't able to do it either, so yeah, that sucks. So then we have Sakazuki calling Kizaru, and he's angry, as we always see him. But from the get-go, like when after he asks like, is everyone dead? Kizaru just straight up tells him, shut up. Like, he was so done with it from the moment that he picked up the Denden Mushi. Like, you can tell. Like, we don't see his eyes, but, like, you can tell that, he was barely hanging onto, like, seeming to be emotionally stable. But you can tell that he was so close to cracking already. And then we have Sakazuki being like, okay, why are you picking up the call? What happened to the others? So Kiseru tells him, you know, what's up? And then, yeah, Sakazuki's like, what about this? What about that? All about it. And Kiseru is just like, I'll just inform you on that on the report. Oh, and this is when Sakazuki is like, you better not have done a sloppy job on this one, Borsellino. Which I remember the other translation was like, you better not have been like lazy or something like that. Which, I'm not sure if that was, which one is the more accurate translation. But I do feel like lazy would have struck more of a chord with Kiseru. Then he asks the big question. Have you ever killed a close friend? And then we just get Kiseru having flashbacks of just really heartwarming and meaningful moments that he had during his relationship with Vegapunk. And it's done so efficiently and just beautifully that just thinking about it too much is making me a little emotional again. But then just after having that quiet moment where he asks that and Sakazuki doesn't answer, he just starts crying and yells, if you have time to sit there and doubt me, then come over here and see my work for yourself, you ungrateful brat. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely something that was missing in the first translation that I read, because in that one I think it was just you damn ingrate, and there was nothing about the brat part. But that's definitely more loyal to the Japanese, because he says kusogaki, if I recall correctly. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say that I didn't say already? Honestly, like Kiseru is definitely one of the highlights of the whole arc. I used to not care about him, like, not really. And now I think I care about him as much as I do Fujitora or Kusan, which is pretty damn impressive, but you can never underestimate Oda's character writing. So, yeah. And I also did not say anything about it last week, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, Sakazuki just says, I'm sorry, brother. So obviously I don't think they're blood related. It's more so kind of like Luffy, Sabo, and Ace. You know, like, or like, you know, Yakuza sworn brothers. They drank from a sake cup, and that's why they're brothers. Still though, like, that's more of a stronger relationship that I expected from this two. And even after he apologizes, Kiseru's like, don't don't even start. Like, damn, that's how you know Kizaru is emotionally wrecked beyond belief. But also, yeah, still insane that Sakazuki would apologize to someone. But I guess that goes to show, you know, Oda wants to start humanizing him by showing different relationships that he has, and that he is capable of caring for certain people. Then we cut back to the Straw Hats in the giant ship, and we see how the Straw Hats are feeling about Vegapunk's death. And yeah, there are Jinbei and Frankie are like, you know, it is what it is. Which I'm still like, I feel like Frankie should have had at the very least a slightly bigger reaction. Like I said, Vegapunk is his idol. Like, yeah, he didn't really get to spend much time with the guy, but you would think he'd be a little bit sad about it, just for what it means for him and how much he admired him. But yeah, then we have Zoro just you know, being very him and not at all trying to be any kind of emotionally vulnerable, and even insulting Luffy for having an emotional reaction. Now, I don't know if people are like, oh, Zoro, you know, that's the reaction he should have. But honestly, the more I think about it, like, yeah, this is definitely in line with Zoro's character, but I think we're supposed to take this as a flaw of his. Like, you know, like, sure, you know, if Luffy, remember, if what he said to Luffy during or after his fight with Usopp, if you falter, then who can we rely on? So that's, I'm guessing, most of it. And he's just very curt about it. But like, I still feel like Zoro, that's like Zoro's coping mechanism, I guess. Whenever like someone is like super emotional about something, or just is emotional about something that he doesn't want to care about, or is actively avoiding even thinking about, then this is basically him lashing out. Like, when you think about it, the last time Zoro shed a tear, it was way back after he fought Mihawk. And after that, he hasn't let himself get emotional ever again. So I feel like he really needs something like that, because he associates it with the one time that he thinks he was the weakest. So it would be nice if we could see Zoro work through that. You know, whenever he puts too much effort or he injures himself too much in a fight, he's like, shit, I was too weak. And he just like basically punishes himself by getting to working out as soon as he can. So maybe I feel like this has something to do with him just really not knowing how to react to feeling powerless. But, you know, we'll see if Oda ever addresses it like that. So then we have Lilith waking up, And then everyone tells her what happened with Atlas. And then she has a moment to cry. But then she's okay the next panel. And then we also see Luffy eating his grief out. Oh, and then Lilith says this. I was crying earlier because I was sad about everyone else's death, but it's only death by your concept of it. Now, I don't know what the hell she means by this. You see, the truth is, in short, they're all alive. Like, the only thing I can think of is that she means they're all alive still, like, their minds are in punk records. Other than that, I cannot think what else she could mean. But to you, they're dead? My point is, you did keep your promise to me, so don't feel sad, Luffy. Yeah, so this feels like it's something that this Stella would say. So are all of their brains inside of Lilith? I'm not sure. But yeah, then we have the last page, a double page spread of the Straw Hats and the Giants having a good old banquet. I realized that we were not going to have one this arc, but I guess everyone just really didn't feel like mourning over Vegapunk for that long, huh? But also, like, you know, I know one brought it up, but like, he was always ready for that. Well, not always, but you know, from the moment that the Straw Hats stepped on the island, he was fine with dying there. And in fact, that's what he wanted. So, yeah, let's just continue on moving on. And then the last few panels, we have someone's silhouette. They might be near Elbaf, but I'm not entirely sure. And they say, come on. So I have no idea who that is, but I'm guessing we're going to find out next chapter. Okay. I know I said let's talk a little bit about 1124, but you know how I be. Hello, long-winded. So yeah, chapter 1125. What constitutes death? Oh, maybe it's gonna continue on with what Lilith was talking about, maybe? Okay. Another Wano chapter cover. Alden's castle is to be rebuilt, but Minatomo, the carpenter, is missing. No, okay, never mind. I guess we're not following the thread of whoever that was that wanted to kidnap that lady. I thought Yamato was going to go after him, but I guess not. Instead, he just continued on his journey and is now seeing the Alden castle be rebuilt, which is pretty nice. I wonder if they do finish it, or whenever they do, if Momo and everyone with him will move in here. So I guess Yamato will now follow and try to see where Minatomo is. Okay, starting the chapter officially. Check page 1. What's next for the Marines still left standing? Load the Seraphim as soon as they're charged. As for the weaponized Sea Beast and Mark III Pacifista... Oh, Road Luchi-san, Kaku-san. Oh, okay. So those two made it to a ship. We still have no clue where... oh my god. Stussy, where Stussy is. If she managed to get off the island. Wait! Where's this Stussy-san? Oh. Killed in action. Yeah, I don't believe it. Straight up, no. I don't believe it. If we didn't see it, it didn't happen. Last time we saw her, she was basically telling Kaku goodbye. And that was the last time we saw her. No indication that Luchi would have found her and killed her. So, yeah. I'm calling bullshit on this. And Luchi is just saying this to cover his and Kaku's asses. Yeah, just look at Kaku's face, bro. Like, we cannot see his expression fully, but like, you can tell that bro is hiding some intense emotions in there, or trying to hide them. We obtained everything we set out for. Okay, St. Garcia is still here. With York, Punk Records, and the power station in hand, we have secured access to the eternal Mother Flame. That result would have been more than adequate. But we had one critical hiccup. Oh? We're terribly sorry, sir. It is a disgrace that we failed to capture Joe Riboni and the Straw Hat crew. Even with our grand Buster Call fleet, the 9 of us Vice Admirals couldn't get the job done. Damn, that's embarrassing. Please give us leave to pursue them to Elbaf. Ooh, yeah, what's he gonna say? I was thinking, like, yo, what's gonna stop the Marines from just following them to the next island? No, forget Elbaf. Why? The failure to which I refer is far more dire. Allowing Vegapunk's message to play was an unexpected disaster. I see. Not to mention that Iron Giant surfacing to aid in the pirates' escape. It's ironic, really. Oh. Roughly 200 years ago. But Saint Saturn, we've already received orders to scrap it. I will take responsibility should this be uncovered. Now do as I bid and study it thoroughly. Really? I always thought it was a little bit odd how the scientists were just able to take Emmett to study him, but we were never given like any sort of like, oh, but they got permission from like a celestial dragon or a gorosei. But now this makes a lot more sense. Like, how could they do that without the gorosei knowing? And it's because one of them gave them the permission. This is the future. I'm certain it will ultimately prove to be a great asset to our military might. Ho ho ho. Well, that backfired a little, huh? Thank you for the opportunity. It would have been a shame to junk such an exciting specimen. It remained dormant for 200 years, and yet it clearly moved to protect Straw Hat Luffy. Government. Saint Saturn, as a humble and loyal soldier of the government, I have one question weighing on my mind. You said allowing Vegapunk's message to get out was a failure. Does that imply there was some truth behind his remarks? Yo, he has some guts to really ask that. Yo, the face that St. Garcia makes. Like, it's not really the expression itself, but just, the shading itself really tells you, like, you're sure you want to make that question? Yeah, Doberman gets scared. Oh, God! He got shot? Where? Vice Admiral Doberman! Oh, boy. Is he dead? Okay, we need a medic. Slap one of them awake. Vice Admiral! Oh, shit. I thought he was just gonna get, like, reprimanded, scolded, or whatever. No. St. Garcia said, anyone who even questions that gets eliminated. which I should have expected that. Inside the lab. Huh? What's happening? Sky clouds? Not good. They aren't stopping. Why is the cloud factory going haywire? It must be Edison. That damn fool. He could just roll over and die in the fiber stratum, could he? And he couldn't just. I see. Man, respect Edison. Hey, bingo. Oh, she's still alive. She's shooting at him. And there's an explosion. Oh, damn it. I've been played. He's taking punk records. Oh, that's pretty big. If punk records doesn't actually fall in the world government's hands, that would be so good. Also, that means that Edison is alive and well, and he escaped. I'm guessing through the clouds. Also, okay, so we'll see him again. Yay, though. I'm so glad that another satellite survived. The Holy Land of Marijoa. What do you mean? The team with Vegapunk cannot be telling the truth. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I was in two camps when this straight up tells us they don't know. So, that's good to know. Instead of leaving it ambiguous. What is Akainu doing? He still hasn't done anything about Kuma's escape. Besides, the world sinking doesn't affect us. What is with these scraps? You buffoon of a chef, I ordered beef. Why did you serve me fish? I'm so terribly sorry, your worship. Our stocks have dwindled. Right, because of the Revolutionary Army. This is unheard of. Bang. Ah. Damn. Really? He killed the freaking chef? He's not the one at fault. Whatever. Of course he would. The food issue has gone too far. Also, yeah. It's not that they don't have anything to eat. They just don't have the vast amounts of food that they used to have. I not only missed a meal yesterday, I wasn't allowed any snacks. Okay. Never mind. They do have like something where it's like, okay, no. They don't have enough to actually feed themselves sometimes. Well. How does it feel now to be like this? Unacceptable. Treated like a common street rat. Is there a famine? Will we starve? We must sentence whoever's responsible to death. No, that's not enough. The negligent scum responsible should be tortured for the mismanagement. Blah, blah, blah. The room of authority. Garling, what do you think you're doing here? Good question. But to be fair, we have no freaking idea where the Holy Knights even spend their time with. Like, what do they even do? So, like, new orders have been bestowed upon me. What? So the gorosei are confused. So it came straight from Imu? So Garling knows about Imu? New orders? From whom? Oh, and the gorosei don't know. That Garling knows? What are you saying, Garling? Tread lightly. You forget yourself. The Vegapunk known as York shall henceforth be under my purview, as I was just named the new Defense Science Warrior God. What? What do you mean? What? Did Senji Garcia resign? This is huge. Like, this gorosei We've known them for most of the story. And now you're telling me one of them is being replaced? That's huge. We've only known Garling for like, I don't know. When we're definitely less than like 100 chapters. I think he was introduced in this arc. Oh, nah, Egghead. But okay, yeah. I mean, he was in that double-page spread. When we had the whole like, whoever finds the One Piece will be the one to determine the fate of the world. So, yeah, okay. Oda is already making the beginning steps to making him a key player in our eyes. But like, how did this happen? Don't tell me. The world is heading for turmoil. An unprecedented level of rebellion is imminent. Let us work together to better the world, my fellow elders. Yo, look at shit. What's his name? Yo, let me search it up real quick. I'm still not like fully learn their names. I know. Okay. Shepherd Jupiter. Yeah, the way that Peter is looking, bro is actually sweating. And you see the lines on his forehead? Yeah, it seems like none of them see Garling as stepping into this position as something good. Yeah, like, we don't know how long the gorosei have actually had this position. For all we know, it's been ever since the world government was formed. They've been the gorosei. So someone from the outside, another celestial dragon, coming in here and just being like, oh yeah, I have as much authority as you guys now. Plus, just the way that he said, let us work together to better the world. It does seem like he's gonna be not necessarily antagonistic. I really don't see it. We've already seen how Garling is still is most definitely a celestial dragon through and through. And oh my god, the God Bali flashback with Kuma. But just the way he said this, it just makes me think that he has conflicting goals with the other gorosei. But yeah, this is a lot. 5 elder planets, Saint Figureland Garling, Defense Science Water God. And we still, like, I don't think that Saint J. Garcia would have ever stepped down on his own. I think it was Imu. Like, they just, like, they saw this as this big failure, since after all it was at first Saint J. Garcia going to Egghead and making sure that Vegapunk was killed. Plus all the other stuff that happened, so all the fault fell onto Saint J. Garcia, so therefore he's the one being replaced. Still though, like, I'm still like, this is huge. Oh man, we're just changing scene? No, brother, I wanted to stay here. This is so late stage into the story, but I'm just really curious what Garling is going to bring into this new dynamic. From, the 4 we will always known to just this unknown force. Like, just the way that he sat down too, like, it really does give off the vibe of, like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Egghead, the island of the future. Saint Saturn, sir? Ah, What's happening to him? Whoa! Holy shit! Gah! Where are those medics? Hurry, we need them! Saint Saturn, what's going on? Just my exact question, what the hell is happening to him? Is Imu killing him by removing the powers that he has? You know? Maybe those powers were the only thing keeping him alive. If that is, not only did Imu take his position away from him, he is taking away his literal life. Oh, bro, Imu's not playing. Like, I don't, okay. He's one of the world's overseers. We cannot let anything happen to him. Is it some sort of disease? Saint Saturn, tell us, what should we do? Oh, wow, yeah, look at him. He's like aging super quick. And just he keeps screaming in pain. No, it can't be. And there's like a bunch of like fog and smoke, like when he gets summoned. Ooh, lots of close-ups from the vice admirals reacting to this. And a close-up to his eye. What the? Oh, Im-sama! Saturn, Joy Boy was behind that escape, and you allowed it to happen. What did I tell you? I figured. That's what that was. Have mercy! How could I anticipate that power foiling us? Moo. Ah! Imusa! And then he gets cut off, which I'm guessing it's because he died right then and there. Yo, this is huge! I kept saying it, but that's the only thing I can think of. Like, okay. So I just thought, so you know the theory about like all the gorosei being like I don't know how, like linked to Im, and that's why we saw them like super rattled and like being like breathing heavily when Emmet sent the gorosei back to Morijua. But it never occurred to me that they could just replace one of them if they so desired. Like, and now the one that's linked to them is Garling. Interesting. Oh, okay. Damn, it looks almost like a big explosion where he died. Oh my god, holy shit. Oh, that doesn't really do graphic deaths like this. But man, this is metal. Because this is so rare for him. Yo, the skull? And you can see like other parts of his skeleton as well. It looked like part of his rib cage is next to it. Honestly, hella cool. So glad Saint J. Garcia is no longer in the One Piece world. But like, obviously, had nothing to do with like you know, a good guy, a straw hat, or someone with actual sense of justice doing it. It was because Im just had enough of him. But it's definitely a sight to behold. A skeleton! God damn, bro. That's quite the imagery. Oh, and there's like a clatter sound. Whoa, what is this? Okay. I'm so confused. I'm not sure what it is that is happening. I don't think this is a flashback. But I'm just seeing a lot of known faces that I didn't think were alive. Looks like we weren't able to move the lava stratum too. The Trader York got in the way. The signal reaches across the globe, so she'll be able to connect. That's better than handing her the whole thing on a silver platter, ain't it? I guess. What's happening? I thought, Pythagoras, Atlas, and Shaka were dead. What happened? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad. I just want to know how. Until the day all of humanity can access our brain, we have to keep it safe. It'll probably be at least 500 years. I assume you used a roaming club? You got it, but the whole world will recognize Vegapunks are 6 feet under. So it ain't like we can literally tour the world now, right? Okay. True, and with no funds or resources, we cannot keep inventing either. We'll just have to leave that to our partners. Man, so Lilith knows this? Is that what she meant? Like, no, they're literally alive. That's not what I thought she'd be referring to. Nice. How do we look? Whoa, what is happening? Oh, wait. Oh, I think I know what's happening. It's not that they're all fully, back like we used to know them. But all parts of them make one satellite. It's, I think, one Atlas arm, one Pythagoras arm, Edison's head, and the rest is Shaka's body. But with just that alone, he can communicate with them. That's kind of crazy, though. Absolutely bonkers. I see you always admired my lovely proportions, huh? Of course. Shut up, you knucklehead. Let's toss York's spare parts out. Please. Haha, good thinking. They're creepy. Well, there were a lot of spares. Weatheria! Come in. Anyone there? This here's Vegapunk. Vegapunk? But I thought you were dead. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, Weatheria was watching. That was a crazy 2 pages. Actually, that's not true. We had like a crazy 5 pages since the whole stuff with Garling started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Ooh. Kamawaka Queendom. Oh my, how grisly, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna die? I don't wanna die. No water's gonna kill me, I can swim. To put it bluntly, none of us knew these details. The Void Century covered up a massive war and that culminated in ancient weapons tech, plunging the world 200 meters deep into the ocean. Okay, Koala talking to some of the vice captains. Not only that, but the one who claims the One Piece will not only be crowned Pirate King, they'll likely get to wield that devastating power for themselves. Well, we all know that Luffy won't. Unless, nah, it'll be Luffy. We can't let that happen. The world will sink. That explains why the first celestial dragons chose to live on the Red Line. It's the highest point of the planet. Yeah. There's also Tequila Wolf! Oh shit! Yo! I think we always all assumed that Tequila Wolf was, because of a petty whim of a celestial dragon. But, okay, no, it was for an actual reason. Vodka Wolf, Rum Wolf, and Bourbon Wolf. Is this why they spent the last 700 years forcing slaves to build all those gigantic structures? All the pieces are falling into place. You took the words right out of my mouth. Mine too. Vegapunk, among those who heed your warning. Many will act out of self-interest, not peace. We must hurry and achieve victory for our cause, before the people of the world kill each other to secure habitable land. An era of chaos dawns. Come on, dragon, please tell me it's time you're going to do something. Anything. But that's definitely a promising end of the chapter. But man, a whole lot of things happened that are going to be super important for this story going forward. I mean, it always is, right? With the stuff that we find out between arcs. But this is... I feel like I've been saying this since the final saga started, but this is in a whole other level. I'd almost forgotten about the Lucci and Kaku scene at the beginning. So much happened. But yeah, I'm really glad that Lucci and Kaku were able to get out alive from this. Like, sure they would, right? We didn't see them, like, they were on the verge of death. But it's just nice because, to me, the biggest Lucci moment in the arc was him basically, from taking his character into account, basically begging one of the gorosei to leave Kaku alive. That's my partner, please leave him alone. So I would have liked to see when they reunited. But Lucci's Lucci, so I doubt he would have shown outward care for him. But yeah, nice. So yeah, I guess that is in with Seiji Garcia at the beginning of the chapter. With him talking to the vice admirals. Does it matter anymore? I mean, obviously the flashback matters. And he did shoot Doberman. But other than that, it's like, well, what he was planning to do doesn't really matter because, he's not the one. He's not here anymore. So what he wanted to do, it won't happen. Now, just from looking at the guy, I never would have expected Garling to be appointed. I would have never expected one of the gorosei to be replaced. But he just doesn't strike me as the science type. Just from what little we know, little we've seen of him. We haven't really seen him being interested in that kind of stuff. So basically it's like, doesn't really matter the position. Amy just wanted to get rid of Seiji Garcia, and that was his title. So it's like, oh, okay. You get the position, Garling. Even if he is not really a scientist. But yeah. So yeah, now that Seiji Garcia is no longer in the picture, what's gonna happen to Emmett? Like, sure, they'll probably keep him regulated by the world government, but I doubt anymore that they have someone that can modify Emmett. Maybe York? And some people were speculating that they'll basically turn York into a slave. Sure, you can be a celestial dragon, but she'll basically be in shackles, just doing science stuff for the gorosei. So I wonder if that's gonna be something that happens. But yeah, she tried to get rid of Edison and she failed. And then we see a little bit of what regular celestial dragons are doing. And, you know, they're doing how I thought they were doing. But yeah, probably the most interesting part is the confirmation that they don't know shit about the Void Century. So yeah, the same lies that everyone else in the lower realm knows before the transmission, that's what regular celestial dragons thought was going on. Yeah, so they really do believe that they're the heroes, they're the gods. Whereas the gorosei have always been more self-aware. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Garling scene and some of the Sage Garcia panels in better quality when the official drops. But yeah, bro, when he came in and he was like, "New orders have been bestowed upon me," my brain started going like 150 miles per second. Just the fact that the freaking should we call them gorosei? I mean, they are still 5, but you know, there's definitely a divide here between the 4 we've always known and Garling. What does Garling know? And what does he plan to do with this new position? Like, it's just the fact that Saint Peter was sweating when he said that makes me think, oh, they're not gonna get along. They do not have the same goals. The only thing I can think of is that the gorosei are not really that active in like purging people. So I would guess that maybe Garling is gonna bring problems by being a lot more active in that regard, being more aggressive. And he's not gonna care at all on like keeping the pretense that, oh yeah, we're the good guys, to the One Piece world at large. But yeah, we obviously don't know the mechanics of how Seiji Garcia died and how Im most likely has the same link that he had with him with Garling, but that's it sure as hell did for one hell of a scene, a death scene. But yeah, I'm still really curious how much, if at all, the faces, you know, the people who have been the gorosei have changed throughout the course of the world government. But yeah, that was the presentation of it was really striking, that's for sure. But yeah, so yeah, the satellites are technically alive, but not really. I mean, their minds are. But, you know, they don't have their own bodies. It's just one body for like 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last scene with the world government. I mean, with the Revolutionary Army. Really putting a lot of puzzle pieces together. Which I hadn't even thought about. like to kill a wolf. But yeah, maybe... No, surely now the Revolutionary Army will also start being more active on opposing the world government. Like, they have to at this point. I feel like the way that Garling was shown here, in the way that we ended with the Revolutionary Army, I feel like it's pointing towards these two forces opposing each other in a more direct way from now on. But yeah. Now, yeah. St. J. Garcia said, no, forget Elbaf, we're not doing that. Now, why? We're not gonna know now. But I wonder now if Garling is going to say, yeah, let's send people to chase the Straw Hats. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now, for this chapter. But yeah, I may not have so much to say. But you can tell I'm like a little kind of flabbergasted about a lot of things that happen in here. So yeah, this was my reaction to this chapter. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.